All right, today we are going to tackle a skill that, let's be honest, can make or break your confidence, especially at work, small talk. So let's just dive right into how you can finally master it. You know the feeling, right? Time just seems to freeze, the silence gets louder and louder, and all of a sudden, the floor is the most interesting thing you've ever seen. We've all been there, and it is universally uncomfortable. I like to call it the elevator problem. You're waiting for the lift, or maybe you're grabbing a coffee, and a coworker you kind of know is standing right there. You want to be friendly, you really do, but your mind just goes completely blank. So you stare at your shoes and just pray that elevator arrives, like right now. So, yeah, that's the elevator problem. But the good news is there's a way to solve it for good, and it all comes down to a really simple secret. And here it is. This is the big secret. We put way too much pressure on ourselves. Small talk is not supposed to be some deep philosophical debate. Seriously, you just need to think of it as a tool, a quick, friendly way to be polite and just acknowledge the person next to you. That's it. That's the whole job. And because it's just a tool, it actually follows a really predictable pattern. This isn't some kind of social magic that some people have and others don't. It's just a simple, three-step workflow that absolutely anyone can learn. And that brings us to the small talk workflow. Think of this as your new blueprint for way easier conversations. So here it is, the whole strategy in one go. It's just 3 easy steps: the safe question, the follow-up, and the exit strategy. Once you get this down, you're going to feel so much more prepared. Let's start with step 1, the safe question. The entire goal here is to take all the pressure off for both of you. A safe question is about something neutral, something universal, a topic they can answer without even thinking about it. So, what does a safe topic actually look like? Well, think super simple. Commenting on the weather, asking about their weekend plans, or even just saying something about the coffee you're both getting. You literally can't go wrong with these. Okay, so you did it. You asked your safe question. They reply, "My weekend was pretty good." And then, what? You can feel that silence starting to creep back in, can't you? This is exactly where most people get stuck. But it's also where we move on to step 2. Step 2 is the follow-up, and it's a really simple 2-part move. First, you use a short reaction phrase just to show that you were actually listening, and then you just ask one simple follow-up question. So here's how that little formula works in real life. Let's say they mention they watched a movie. You start with a reaction. "Oh, that sounds nice." Then you add the simple question. "What movie did you watch?" See? So natural. It just shows you're engaged and it keeps the ball rolling. And now for the final step. And honestly, this might be the biggest game changer of them all. Step 3 is the exit strategy. Here's the big twist. You're not failing when you end the conversation. You're actually succeeding, because small talk is designed to be short. This is so important. You have to see the exit as a feature, not a bug. It's part of the plan from the very beginning. Just knowing you have a clean way out removes all that pressure of feeling trapped in a conversation forever. And your exit can be this simple: a little smile and a polite professional line like, "Well, I should probably get back to work. It was great chatting with you." It's clear, it's friendly, and it's the perfect way to wrap things up. Okay, so theory is one thing. Let's put this into practice. Let's walk through a quick role play to see how these 3 steps actually work together in the wild. So here's the scene. Paul walks into the office kitchen and he sees his coworker, Emily. He kicks things off with step 1, the perfect safe question about the upcoming weekend. It's simple and there's absolutely no pressure. Emily's response here is fantastic. She gives him a nice, positive detail, the family dinner, which makes his next step super easy. And now watch how smoothly Paul executes step 2. He starts with that little reaction phrase, "Oh, that sounds lovely." And then he follows up with a really simple question. You can see how the conversation just flows naturally from there. So after Emily answers, Paul moves right into step 3. He gives one last positive comment, "Delicious," and then he makes his clean, friendly exit. It's polite, it's warm, and the whole interaction ends on a total high note. Zero awkwardness. So you see, this is your key to confidence. It's not about memorizing a bunch of clever lines. It's just about having a simple 3-step strategy that you can always rely on. Okay, let's recap the workflow one last time real quick. Step 1, a safe opening. Step 2, the follow-up. And step 3, the exit. That's it. That's the entire playbook.
And look, if you take away only one thing from all of this, please let it be this. The goal is just communication, not perfection. It's about being friendly, about connecting for just a moment. A warm smile and a polite tone are always, always more important than finding the absolute perfect words.
So now it's your turn. What's one safe question you're going to try this week? Whether you're by the elevator or in the kitchen, you now have the framework to turn that potential moment of awkwardness into a moment of easy, confident connection. You've got this.